Welcome to God's Goods Thrift Store. Thank you for watching this video today. As a new volunteer, you've already attended an informational meeting, and we're really happy about that. We're happy to have you here as a new volunteer. We have over 100 volunteers that work here, and we are, with this video, we are trying to bring some consistency in our training department. We have two volunteers, Bruce Hildebrand, that oversees our men's department, and Beverly Adams, who oversees our ladies department, that are going to help us today in training a new volunteer for the clothing department. So I'm standing here right now by the ladies boutique, but we have the ladies boutique, we have the ladies regular, men's clothing department, and children's. So there's a lot of areas to cover and a lot of sorting and things that come into play at the store. All right, I wanted to introduce you to Bruce Hildebrand. He oversees our men's department, and Beverly Adams, who oversees, she's a day manager, but she also is helping oversee the clothing department. Bruce has been with us since we started the store, right? Right, yep. Yes. And Beverly too. So the store opened 2.5 years ago in August of 2010. And I'm going to turn over the training to these two people because they're the experts.
Kim, thanks a lot. Hats off to all you new volunteers. Appreciate the opportunity. Beverly, if it's okay with you, let's take them to the back and show them where the business starts.
Very good. Okay, when you come in for your morning shift and you see all these bags of clothing here, don't become overwhelmed by it. You're not here to empty all of these bags. One bag at a time. You finish your shift. If you've done 2 bags, that is great. You do not have to do all of this. And I think sometimes people get scared when they see it all. So don't be alarmed. One step at a time. As you open a bag to go through it, when you see something that looks like this, first of all, you're going to check and see if there are any stains, any tears, if the zipper is broken or not. And you can put it on a hanger if it's clean and ready to go. But if it looks like this, it's all crushed, we don't want to put it out. We want to take it over here to the ironing section. Right behind me, there's regular ironing and there's boutique ironing. Now this hasn't got a name brand, so this is not boutique. This will go in the regular section to be ironed. People like to buy things that are ironed. It looks nice. They're not going to buy something that's sloppy looking. Something else we need to look at is very difficult back here sometimes with this light to get a good look at something. I found these this morning out there. They're all stained. There's oil stains. There are oil stains on them. So these shouldn't have never been put out. We have, excuse me, these shoes were put out. They look really nice from the top, but when you turn them over and check the heels are all this is, and that's just, so these we would send on to the mission. Now this little dress I was putting out this morning working in the children's section, and it really looked great until I studied it, and we have black stains on it. So again, you have to really look at these carefully. And I think one of these shirts, Bruce, has a spot, an oil spot on it. And again, it's very hard to see. Yeah, 2 oil spots here, here, and here. So again, this would go on to the mission. So I think what we're just trying to stress is that you really have to look at each piece of clothing and study them before we send it on to either Savannah Mission or St. Luke's, or before we put it on the rack to be ironed and then put out on the floor.
Beverly, those are great points, and just to follow up on what you said, this sweater initially looks great. However, when one looks at it, you can see that there's sun damage. Mm-hmm. Sometimes these kinds of damaged items are hard to determine in the back because we have fluorescent lighting back here and it's sufficient for doing many things, but sometimes the stains, the sun damage, or what have you just doesn't show up. So an item may make it to the hanger, but as you're putting the items out, take another look because we have more natural light out front, and many times you'll pick up those little bits and pieces that just aren't acceptable for God's goods. Our manager Kim says that about 40% of our items can be hung up and used. The other 60% should go to the Savannah Mission, St. Luke's, and many times we have special programs for victims of Hurricane Sandy or some other kind of event, and they need clothes, toys, or what have you.
And you can take a look at these. These are just gross. Black spots and just really bad. So things like that we just don't keep. But these are out on the floor as well. These shoes or clogs, whatever you want to call them, were found out there in the store. They were not put out by us. Someone had come in and purchased, well, they didn't purchase, they switched off shoes, left these, and wore another pair out. So sometimes we have to do quality control out there periodically to make sure we are picking up on dirty merchandise. Here's the ladies section. We have ladies regular clothing right here, and ladies boutique. And when clothes come in a bag or a box and you're opening the box up, you need to check and see whether or not it's boutique. All of these boutique brand names are here on the side, so you can check with those. If it's boutique and in great condition, it goes over here under the sign that says boutique to be sorted and priced. If it's regular clothing, not boutique, but it's nice, you can hang them up here. But again, you have to really check to make sure there are no stains and so on. Clothes that need to be ironed, and most of them do, need to be put over here. We have boutique ironing, and then over in that far end we have regular ironing. And that has to be done periodically as well. We've had an ironer here today, and that rack has really gone down somewhat. So that's about what we do here.
Thanks, and welcome to the men's area. I'd like to give you a brief tour here. This is where we hang the items that once they've made the cut back here that Beverly's already pointed out, once they've made the standard, then we hang the items here and we go through a sorting process. First of all, the items must be hung, but they must be hung correctly. Most people look from right to left, so we hang our items that way. We take a tag, we write the size of the item, and we place it right here on the slacks or the shorts. We'll take a little tour of the men's area in a few minutes, and I'll show you why this is important. Because people many times want to take a pair of pants, slacks, shorts down, look at the size, and guess what? They don't hang them up correctly. So this is very important. Another point that I believe is worth mentioning, we get lots of golf shirts. A shirt like this is in good condition. It's from Moss Creek. And we find that shirts from Moss Creek, Belfair, Sea Pines, Colleton River will sell, and many times we can get a premium price for those, and we'll put them in our boutique. Even though this is a beautiful shirt, it's from the PGA, it has a Club Gar logo on it, and unfortunately it will not sell. I just mentioned boutique, and we do get many items in that we believe deserve a little more of a premium price. Just because we get a shirt in that's Tommy Bahama does not necessarily mean it goes into the men's boutique. If it's been worn but it's still a nice Tommy Bahama, it goes out in the regular area. But if it's almost new or something very unusual, it can go into the boutique. This is a Brooks Brothers shirt. It is almost brand new. I priced it, which I will do for all the boutique items, and just as an extra assistance for our cashiers, we place a very small unobtrusive black dot on each item that goes into the boutique.
The same system applies for the children's clothing. When a bag comes in, we'll take everything out, we look at it to see if it's stained, and pass it on to St. Luke's or to the Savannah Mission. If it's in good condition and it's summer, now that we're going into summer season, we will, this pile I did this morning, these are all to go out as soon as possible, to be hung and ironed if needed. We put them out in the children's section. If it's a boutique item, children's boutique, we again will put them off to the side here and we'll price them individually and put a black dot on the label. We do that also for the women's clothing for the boutique. We put a black dot on the label, and that tells the cashier it's a boutique item, and there should be a separate price tag on it.
We're now in a change of seasons. It's late spring, but we still get nice items that are worthy of storage. We have a box in the corner, appropriately titled Men's Winter Storage. And just to give you an example of something that we would store, this is a beautiful, almost brand new Nautica jacket, and this is something that we would put in storage. Please, only the finer items go into storage, because there is a cost associated with storing, moving items, bringing them back, so we only want the best of the best. Oh, gee, I'm not too good at this game, but hey, you're in the men's department. Welcome. Let's start with the shoes. We place them all right here. We like to put a few books in the back just for merchandising. We keep only the finest lightweight sweaters at this time of year because it does get a little bit chilly. And here's my mini pearl hat right up here, and a beautiful cashmere scarf. Yes, it's not quite in season, but someone will buy it. This is our men's boutique area. This is a brand new leather-faced vest, reasonably priced, but again, it goes in boutique. We also put brand new items in boutiques. We have a number of pants here and a beautiful cashmere sweater back there. In case people are wondering about prices, they're displayed in many prominent places here. And while we're on this side, these are all the exercise clothes. We don't size them, but as I showed you earlier, we do size all of the shorts and all of the pants. Make sure the front of the pants goes to the wall, the back of the pants goes to the outside. And we also have sizing tags for all of the slacks, all of the other pants. And in the back, we have a few items for exercise, lounging, etc. Men's suits and sport coats can be a little tricky to size, but something that a lot of people don't know, inside one of the pockets, it'll many times say 44 regular, 42 regular, or what have you. We place that size on the outer cuff. If anyone has trouble sizing a suit coat or a sport, please leave it for me and I will do special measurements. Belts, and try to do some nice merchandising. Put a little tie here, a nice black shirt here, and we have all of our short sleeve shirts up top. Oh gee, as I'm going through, guess what I find? Hey, a nice shirt, but excess magazine. Sorry folks, it won't sell. Let's put that for the mission. And gosh, another nice shirt, but this is long sleeve. It should go down here, and I find that any shirt except for a leisure shirt always looks better with the top button buttoned. This is a large, well marked down here, and just continuing to do a nice checkup to make sure everything is neat, well organized, and ready for our customers.
Every round rack has a pricing guide on it. Boutique items in the corner are individually priced, but these are all right here. Now the three rounders, small, medium, large, are for shirts and blouses only. We don't color code them. All the colors are mixed. So it's, you know, some people tend to want to put all the pinks together, all the purples together. We don't do that here. What we do first thing in the morning is when you come in, don't even look at the back. Just come in here and do quality control. Look to make sure all the hangers are going facing in. See, now this one is wrong. I just took it off the shelf, but you see how it's the wrong direction? It should, most people are right-handed, so it should go in this way, the front facing to the left. You can also check for sizes. Make sure mediums go where they belong. This one is a medium. It's in the small rack, so I have to move it over here. That kind of thing. You do that really quickly in the morning. You do the same for the pants, for the shorts, And then go back to the back. We have jackets, pantsuits, slacks, dresses, and two-piece outfits. Make sure every piece of clothing is in the right section. This is the children's section. All of the clothes are $1. The shoes, again, are $1. Some that are a little more expensive. These are Clarks, of course, have a separate price tag on them. $5 for those. Over here we have older children. I think they go up to size 14 approximately. And some of these are boutique items and will be marked accordingly. I think the thing we have to remember is you need to make sure that you're putting children's clothing on the small little clothing hangers. Sometimes we will find a woman's pair of capris on a little hanger like this. No, we have tons of hangers, so you need to use the appropriate size.
Well, again, I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. We have a lot of fun here. If anyone would like some additional information on the men's department or clothing, please feel free to contact me. I'm usually here on Wednesday afternoons and other days. And hey, looks like we found somebody that might be interested in the scarf.
If you have any suggestions for us, how we can make things better or do things differently, please let us know.
And I just want to thank you again for taking your time to watch this video. I want to thank Bruce and Beverly for their help in arranging the training. If you have any questions when you're working here, it's best to always consult, always ask. Ask the day manager, ask the head of the men's department, or any volunteer that you might be working with. Just get a second opinion. It's always better to ask, and there's no silly question. So again, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this, and have a very blessed day.